All right. Hey, everybody. Shane here, daily-astrocat.com. And today is Friday, the 24th of July. So we've got our moon in Sagittarius all day long, and now we're ready to begin the weekend. Funny how that works, right? We get through it. We kind of cruised through the last couple of days, taking it a little bit on the easy side, getting some stuff done. Kind of like relaxing. And now today it's going to get a little bit intense. So Mercury is direct and our moon has us feeling pretty good, right? That's how these things work out, right? So, look, we're going to learn something today, and it could be quite surprising. We've got an aspect there with Uranus. The moon is actually opposing Uranus there, so it means they're directly across from each other, right? If Uranus were the sun, it'd be a full moon, something like that, right? So anyway, but Uranus is way the heck out there. We can't even see it with the naked eye. So, look, we're going to learn something unexpected, but it's going to be in our best interest in the long run, okay? Because that moon in Sagittarius is that powerful, and we have Jupiter right there, and Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and that's what makes this kind of good fortune, makes us very optimistic, and we're going to be learning something from it, right? We want to really learn something today, and that's going to be interesting. Now, think about this. We have an uncovered need in our community that we are uniquely positioned to fill. You have one, I have one. The positivity of the Grand Fire Trine, that's what I mentioned yesterday, right? That's a 120-degree trine between three planets, and that would be Jupiter, that would be Neptune, and that would be the moon in Sagittarius, making that, right? Now, the moon is, obviously our emotions and our public facing and all that stuff, right? Very female. That is going to be giving us, that's going to be completing that trine, right? So we got an opportunity this morning, right around, I'd say, like early, like the 9 o'clock hour. It might even be 6 o'clock. It's somewhere around there, right? But it's going to carry through the morning, and that is going to give us a chance to really just to do something positive. So whatever news you get is going to have that positive spin to it, okay? Doesn't matter whether it's good or bad or anything. In the long run, in your best interest. So I just feel that way about this whole astrology thing that we've been talking about for the last week, right? Those basket and everything like that hasn't gone anywhere, okay? And these are not we're going to get to that, okay? So now, remember whatever it is today that comes, right? And just keep yourself in that positive frame of mind, all right? Now, remember, we're going to pay attention to the good things that are going to come from it. So whatever you're doing today, whatever you decide to initiate or something like that, it's going to be good, okay? It's going to be good. It's going to deal with some of whatever kind of news we get. And today's keyword is positivity. Now, the color is red-violet. Like a crayon. But this blue shirt is actually a great Sagittarius color, too. Turquoises, blues, murex purple, that snail purple, the royal purple from ancient times. Yes, that snail. All right, so Mercury is direct now. But before we had issues with communication, and that did not stop us. Remember, we were using ourselves creatively. We were doing creative things, and we were just kept on putting the stuff out there. It wasn't anything new. It was basically based on the things that we're already doing. But look, around here at daily-astrocat.com, we're seeing a lot of new faces and people who may be new to astrology, right? It's crazy the amount of exposure that this is getting, right? Now, the 2-minute videos that I put out, which is getting most of the exposure, most of the views, are things that I feel like I may have forgotten in these long versions. All right, they're intentionally information filled. And that is because, and the number of views that they've gotten, let me tell you something, it's really quite honestly, it's gratifying, both gratifying and humbling. We're on a good tear there for a couple of days. And it was like, oh my goodness, this is going to keep up. I have no idea. But it was very gratifying. Now, by noontime tomorrow, okay, now I'm telling you this because I want you to be able to take what I'm experiencing here and be able to put it forward, okay? This is a little bit of a side hustle for me, and it's not a side hustle because it doesn't create any income per se, but what it does is it gives me an outlet to be able to speak to you and to talk to you about astrology and increase the level of astrological literacy amongst a broader community where we're just, where you're just getting fed memes and they don't really mean that much of anything. What we're doing is we're trying to break it down and give you an opportunity to hit comments and stuff like that so that we can actually discuss some of the other, we can discuss techniques, we can discuss aspects, we can discuss all the things astrology, basically cover a glossary of items through the comments and through expanded content. Now, by noontime tomorrow, you're going to have a video on the Mercury retrograde because it's not over yet, right? We still have the shadow period to get through, or a storm period. And we're going to have a video on that. And we're going to explain exactly where that came from, why it was what it was, what we've experienced from it. We're going to actually explain what the retrograde is and how it comes to be, because it's an astronomical phenomenon from our point of view on Earth, okay? It's all optical illusions. It's like when you pass a car on the highway and you just go by it and all of a sudden you're approaching it and then it starts receding from you. Exactly. So once we do that, that'll be tomorrow. So we're going to discuss that the retrograde. We're going to discuss what we can expect now that Mercury is direct up until the 29th, I'd say. And then we're also going to talk about the retrograde mechanics and some of the astrology of it. Venus and Mercury are in a beneficial 60-degree sextile. That's two signs from each other. So any knowledge that I can shed will be beneficial and very welcome. Now, what is it that you're doing in a similar vein? What is it that you're doing in your life that's going to all of a sudden breathe some momentum, breathe some activity, right? We're really looking to just make a point right now. We've got some things to say, we've got some things to do, and we're going to do them. And right now, the astrology, the flow that we're in, really favors that. So we want to make sure that we're putting those things out there and doing it right now. Look, this throws me off of my dual track, okay? It really does. This is more about Astrocat, right? What I do here. It's not my day job. And I'm going to be addressing that later on in the evening. So whatever, becomes of today or anything like that, it's for the better. Right? That's the way I'm looking at it. And look, I expect a similar outcome. So, we're going to be doing something for the better today. For the Astrocat, I expect it to carry over into my 3D job endeavors later on this evening. So, Mercury in Sagittarius is our anchor and the source of surprising strength. Mercury retrograde is done. And now it's up to us to scout out just how far we can take things. That's what this energy is all about, right? We're stepping into some abundance, but how far can you take it? Now, we are taking a chance on a new idea and concept far too early in the traditional sense, right? You want to make sure that Mercury's out of that storm by the conventional wisdom. No, we kind of pushed that envelope with Mercury retrograde, and we're going to push it right now too, because this position that Jupiter's in with the basket and also with the moon opposing Uranus and being trine with Jupiter and Neptune is too good to pass up. This is called a Kite formation, and I know it's jargon, I know it's something, right? But honestly, the base is what gives the kite its stability, and that's where the moon is at in Sagittarius. So the optimism, the hopefulness, what the direction, that's what's giving us the chance to take off, and we're taking off into Gemini because the point of that is Uranus, right? So it's surprising, it's communicative, it is a different idea, it's different approaches, and it's really there to help us to do what it is that we need to be, to keep us, put us on track, right? To make us do what we're doing. Make us, give us some impetus there. That's a better way to put it. Now, Jupiter is also, okay, so look, think about this. We have a chance for a new idea and concept. Consider it to be a variation on a theme of your older ideas, and chances for success are that much greater. Now, Jupiter's also said to bring good luck. So what we're doing may not be what we expected, but that's totally okay. Things tend to happen for a reason. Keep an open mind, and things will be just fine. Mercury is sextile Venus later on. So now, the quiet moments find us analyzing our connections. What is it that we're doing? Bring home an offering for your Venus. That's a nice way to go about things, right? It's the weekend. Do something nice. Be confident and know what we're working on is building a broader sense of community, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you have to do. Even if it's with that one significant other, you're building community with them. Now, let me know what you're working towards, what the sudden change is for you as well, because there will be one today. So just let me know. Drop me a comment, and I will respond. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate and love every single one of you. In 1982, the single Eye of the Tiger by Survivor from Rocky III on the soundtrack starts a 6-week run at #1 on the U.S. charts, and also won a Grammy for Best Rock Performance of that year. And our birth is in 1927. Alan Katz. He's an American figurative and pop artist. His work is featured in museums all over the world, right? Kind of a cool look to it. It's a nice vibe. He works very large, and mostly pictures of his wife Ada. And so that Alan Katz still alive. Okay, he's born in Brooklyn, New York, and New York City on this day in 1927, and that is all I have for you. So thank you so much, and let's sum it up, shall we? Today's keyword is positivity, and the color is red-violet. Today, some of us are not going to take that too well, right? But it's okay. It's still better than yesterday. Today's a 6. Happy astrocatting.